John Wayne was one of the most celebrated and controversial figures Hollywood ever produced, a man whose legacy was so powerful that even his funeral told a story, not just of who came, but of who refused to. Born Marion Robert Morrison on May 26, 1907, in Winterset, Iowa, Wayne rose from modest beginnings to become the embodiment of American ruggedness after an early football injury at USC redirected him from athletics to filmmaking, where he learned the craft from the ground up at Fox Studios and was ultimately mentored by director John Ford. After years of obscurity in low-budget westerns, his life changed overnight with Stagecoach in 1939, a performance that redefined the Western hero and launched one of the most durable careers in cinema history. Over the next 4 decades, Wayne starred in more than 170 films, collaborating repeatedly with Ford on classics like The Searchers, The Man Who Shot Liberty Valance, and She Wore a Yellow Ribbon, performances that grew increasingly complex and morally conflicted as his career matured. He became equally synonymous with war films such as Sands of Iwo Jima, The Longest Day, and In Harm's Way, portraying stoic leaders shaped by duty and sacrifice, earning his first Oscar nomination before finally winning Best Actor in 1970 for True Grit. Yet Wayne was more than his screen image. His personal life was marked by turbulent marriages, deep devotion to his children, and finally quiet companionship with Pat Stacey during his battle with cancer. When Wayne died on June 11, 1979, at age 72, Hollywood gathered to honor the Duke at Our Lady of the Angels Church in Los Angeles, but 6 legendary actors were conspicuously absent, their silence reflecting decades of ideological conflict. Wayne never softened his views, openly embracing unapologetic patriotism and making racially charged remarks that cemented his status as a cultural lightning rod. Jane Fonda, whose anti-Vietnam War activism clashed violently with Wayne's pro-military stance, stayed away by conviction. Marlon Brando, a fierce critic of American imperialism and Western mythology, rejected everything Wayne symbolized. Paul Newman, quietly progressive and deeply committed to civil rights and humanitarian causes, maintained his distance even in death. Burt Lancaster, outspoken against McCarthyism and authoritarianism, viewed Wayne as emblematic of values he opposed. James Garner, though a veteran himself, rejected Wayne's intolerance for dissent, while Harry Belafonte, a civil rights icon, could not reconcile Wayne's views on race and Native Americans with his own moral compass. Their absence was not personal, it was principled. John Wayne understood this division until the end, once saying he would not apologize for being who he was, a statement that defined both his strength and his isolation. Buried overlooking the Pacific in Corona del Mar, Wayne left behind a legacy still fiercely debated, reignited decades later when his 1971 Playboy interview resurfaced and calls emerged to rename John Wayne Airport. Calls renewed during the George Floyd protests but unresolved as of 2026. In the end, the empty seats at his funeral spoke as loudly as the mourners present, a final reminder that John Wayne was not merely a movie star, but a symbol, admired by millions, rejected by others, and forever inseparable from the America he so boldly represented.